Molweni nonke. Hey everyone. Today we're going to look at a very important thing that happens in Xhosa, and that is the sound change when you add the A sound to other letters, especially to an I sound and to an U sound. So the first one we're looking at is A plus I equals E. And this also makes sense physiologically because if you produce the A with your mouth and then the I, what you will find in the middle of that, I, is the E. It's literally the middle ground physiologically. And we can see that in these examples. For instance, when we have the particle na, which means with or and we add that to a word starting with I, we get ne. For instance, isonka, bread, nesonka, with bread and bread. Jam, ne jam, and jam. Tea, tea, ne tea, and tea, with tea. Ikofu, ne kofu, with coffee. Imini, ne mini, with a day or and a day. Imini literally means midday, but it also means day. Impelaveki, the end of the week, the weekend, nempelaveki, and a weekend. Ndifuna isonka ne jam ne tea ne kofu. I want bread with jam and tea and coffee. Ndithetha isingesi nesibulu. I speak English and Afrikaans. Ube nemini emnandi. Have a nice day. This comes from ube, which means be. Ukuba is to be, and this is the imperative. Be with, ube na, imini emnandi, a nice day. So be with a nice day, have a nice day. Bendi nempelaveki emnandi. I had a nice weekend. Bendi, I was with a weekend that is nice. If we add na to I, which is a common plural class of nouns, we just get a longer ne. So incwadi, a book. Incwadi are books, and then nencwadi, with the books or and books. Imoto, car. Imoto, nemoto, and cars. Inkomo is a cow. Inkomo, nenkomo, and cows. Usuku is a day. Insuku, days. Nensuku, and days. Ndifuna ukuthenga amaphepha neencwadi. I want to buy papers or newspapers and books. You could say amaphephandaba for newspaper or just amaphepha. Ndijonga ulwandle neentaba. I'm looking at the sea and the mountains, plural. Neentaba. Intaba is a mountain. Iintaba are mountains. Egadini yam kukho izityalo neentaka ezininzi. In the garden of mine, in my garden, kukho, there are izityalo, plants, neentaka, and birds. Intaka, iintaka are birds, neentaka, and birds, ezininzi, that are many. So there are many plants and birds in my garden. Nga is a very common preposition, and it can mean something like through, by which. It has many different meanings, and if you add that to a word starting with I, you also get nge. Imoto is car. Ngemoto, by car. IsiXhosa, ngesiXhosa, in Xhosa. Ixesha is a time, and ngexesha, with time, by time. Masiye khona ngemoto. Let's go there by car. Masiye, let's go there by car. Itini lonto ngesingesi. How do you say that in English? So it says what, or it is said how, lonto, that thing, ngesingesi, in English. Enkosi kakhulu ngexesha lakho. Thank you very much for your time. So if you say thank you for, you also use nga. And for the time, ngexesha lakho, of yours. And also here, if you add nga to e, the plural, then you get a longer nge. Unyawo is a foot, inyawo, feet. And ngenyawo means by foot. Literally in Xhosa, it's by feet. Usuku, the day. Insuku, days. Ngeentsuku, in those days, by the days, etc. Indaba, not to be mixed up with Indaba, which is a mountain. Indaba is news. Indaba, news, the plural. Ngeendaba. Besihambe ngenyawo, we went by foot. We were going, we went ngenyawo, by foot. Enkosi ngeendaba zakho. Thank you for your news, for the news of yours. The next sound change we're looking at is when you add this a to a word starting with u, and that gives you o. Again, it's the logical middle ground between a, u, a, o. So, if we add na to a word starting with u, we get no. For instance, ubisi, which is milk, nobisi, with milk and milk. Utemba, any person's first name or surname doesn't matter. The name has to start with u if you're talking about that person, if you're not addressing them. And with temba would be no temba. Umoya is wind, nomoya, and wind. Umfundi, a student, nomfundi, and student, and a student, and the student. Ndicela undinike iti nobisi neswekile. Please give me tea with milk and sugar. I request you give me tea with milk and with sugar. Iswekile would be sugar. Bendithetha noNomsa noThemba. I was speaking with Nomsa and Themba. Kukho imvula nomoya. There is rain and wind. If I swap these words around, I would say kukho umoya nemvula. And if we add nga to a word starting with u, we get ngo. So u8, if we use any borrowed word for a number or a date, it has to have this u before it grammatically to be used in the Xhosa language, because any noun needs to have a prefix. So u8 would be 8 o'clock. Ngo8 would be at 8. I could also use that for dates. I could say u1999 or ngo1999 if you don't want to learn the Xhosa numbers, which are quite complicated. Ufebruary, ngo February, in February. Uloliwe is the train, ngololiwe, by train. Uncedo, help. So we know ukunceda is to help. Uncedo is help in as a noun. Ngoncedo, by the help or for the help. Ukuthetha, to speak. Ngokuthetha, by speaking. So we can add nga in front of any infinitive and it becomes ngoku. Masidibane ngo5 erestu. Let's meet at 5 o'clock in the restaurant. Ukudibana is to meet up, and masidibane, let's meet at 5 in the restaurant. Enkosi kakhulu ngoncedo lwakho. Thank you very much for your help. Ngoncedo, for the help of yours. Masithethe ngomsebenzi wakho. Let's talk about your work. Let us talk about the work of yours. Enkosi ngokumamela. Thank you for listening. Ukumamela is to listen. Thank you for listening. Another prefix that is very common in Xhosa is kwa, and this comes, for instance, after every preposition of place. So even though we have the locative case, which substitutes a lot of prepositions, where you just say evenkileni, in the shop, to the shop, from the shop, etc., you still have several words that denote position. If you want to be specific, like it is under the table, it is above, it is over, it is before, behind, you still have these words, and they are followed by kwa. And again, we have the sound change rule, so kwa plus I gives us kwe. So pambi is in front. Pambi kwevenkile, in front of the shop, ivenkile. Emva means after or behind. Emva kwexesha is after the time, so later, after some time has passed. Emva kwexesha. You can also say later. It's also an adopted word. Ecaleni, icala is the side. So you could often hear things like kunjani kwelo cala, like how is it that side? Ecaleni is the locative of side, so in the side, at the side, and ecaleni qua, at the side of or next to. Ecaleni kwesikolo, next to the school. Phandle means outside or apart from. So phandle kwendlu would be outside of the house. Indlu meaning house. Phandle kwendlu. And then if we add kwa to a word starting with u, we don't get kwo, but ko. Because in Xhosa, the sounds kwa, kwi, and kwe are accepted, but kwo and kuwu are not accepted. Both kwo and kuwu become ko. So if we want to say in front of the tree, umti, it is phambi komti. And then if we want to add an infinitive, ukufika, to arrive, and I want to say after arriving, then it's emva kokufika. Emva kokufika. You often hear emva koko, after that. Ecaleni kolwantle, besides or next to the sea. Ulwantle. Ecaleni kolwantle. Ngaphandle koko, apart from that. So oko meaning that in a general sense, and phandle, outside of. Ngaphandle is often used instead of phandle. That's more specific use, but anyway, it basically means outside of that, apart from that. Masidibane emva kwemini. Let's meet in the afternoon. So again, imini means not only day but also midday. Emva kwemini, after midday, afternoon. Ndizokufonela emva komsebenzi. I will phone you after work. I will, you, phone. Emva kwa is after, emva komsebenzi, after work. Ndiphilile ngaphandle kokudinwa. I'm well apart from being tired. So I'm well, ndiphilile, ngaphandle, outside of, ngaphandle kwa. And here we have the infinitive ukudinwa, to become tired. Kokudinwa. Enkosi ngokubukela. Thank you for watching.